When my parents returned home, I rushed to the door and I said, Amma, guess what? I wrote a poem. When people ask me why I started writing poetry, I don't have an answer. I don't have an interesting answer, rather. I wrote my first poem simply because I was bored. I was in ninth standard then. There was nobody at home that day. I had finished all of my novels. So I picked up a pen and I thought, why not try writing something? My first poem was about summer holidays. I think I was too influenced by Enid Blyton. You know how her books always have these kids riding around in bikes, lying under the tree shade, eating ginger biscuits and drinking lemonade? Yeah, so my poem was something around those lines. I don't remember what I wrote, but I do remember feeling very, very happy about it. The kind of happiness I had never felt before. The kind of happiness I experienced again only in the future during my internship when the chief of surgery handed me the scalpel and said, "You do it." I held it like it was the most precious thing in the world. But that story for another day. So, coming back to this, now I know it's not much of a big deal, but the 14-year-old me was so proud of herself. When my parents returned home, I rushed to the door and I said, Amma, guess what? I wrote a poem. That excitement stayed on. I started writing more, I started reading more, and I fell in love with poetry. Initially, I would write only when I really felt something. After a fight with a friend, I've written a poem apologizing to her. I've written poems for a guy I used to like. Guys I used to like. To all the boys I've loved before, yeah, Lara, Jean, and me have a strong connection. But as I wrote more, I could see myself improving and I started writing about things that I haven't actually experienced myself. I somehow got the skill of creating a fictional me and narrating her stories, speaking about her feelings. And I realized maybe that's what poets do. Maybe that's what poets are. We are actors, donning a new character each time we hold our pens. But that's not how most people see us. The word poet has a lot of stereotyping to it. Sad, lonely, aloof individuals sitting in a corner and venting out their feelings. That's the usual picture, right? I've always wanted to tell people that there's so much more to us. So, a couple of months back, I wrote something to try breaking the stereotype and give my views on what it really means to be a poet. So, here it is. Oh, you're a poet. I hear these words and I see you judging me in your head already. So, who broke your heart? You ask me, like, before leaving, an old lover sprinkled on me a fairy dust of poetry. No? Then, is this how you cope with depression? Your concern is kind, but why do you assume I do this only for therapy? Surely you must have some friends at least you exclaim for what are poets, if not for souls that are lonely. It's astonishing. It's astonishing to you that poets could be normal people too. Because come on, there's nothing normal about a person who whips words out of thin air, strings them together delicately, arranges them on paper only to strike it all out, does this whole ordeal over and over again just to give you a few brief lines, selflessly. You read them and you paint my picture in melancholy. But here's what I want you to see. I am not the cliche you think of me. The walls of my room are colored in the brightest of pink. You'll find me in there, singing, tapping along to the most lively tunes. My friends will tell you at times there's no one who could stop my chattering. I eat rainbows for breakfast, gulp it down with a glass of sunshine. I am the most cheerful person you can find. And why wouldn't I be? I get to play a new role every day, you see. I am a teenage girl, giggling. As she writes about her first crush in a secret diary, I am an old man sitting at home, on a rocking chair, reminiscing about his college days. I am a war veteran narrating his adventures. I am a wanderlust, backpacking through the cities of Europe. I am the raindrops racing down on your window pane. I am a hummingbird, a dream catcher, a shooting star. So come, wish upon me. I can be what you want me to be. A heartbroken lover, a depression survivor, a silent loner, or sometimes maybe just a girl so in love with the world and so in love with words, she decided to weave poems out of them.
Like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to press the bell icon. Ting, ting.